Welcome to Poetry Changes Lives, my book where poetry meets history with a thought for the day. And on this day, in 1965, the great American poet Thomas Stearns Eliot, known as T.S. Eliot, died aged 76. He was born a sickly child in St. Louis, Missouri, and discovered poetry at quite an early age and travelled the world both to study at the Sorbonne in Paris and at Oxford in Britain, and to gain inspiration. London attracted him rather than the academic life of Oxford, and he worked there for many years in a bank before joining publishers Faber and Faber. T.S. Eliot knew many literary figures at the time, such as Ezra Pound, James Joyce, W.H. Auden, and Stephen Spender, many of whom he helped to publish. He was a quiet man and a very, very highly educated one. He smoked in almost chain smoking and died of emphysema. Here's a poem written not by him, but about death and time by that earlier poet, John Donne, whom Eliot admired. Eliot wrote a lot about death and time himself, and I'll read an extract from one of his poems in a minute. But here's a piece from John Donne called "What If This Present?" What if this present were the world's last night? Mark in my heart, O soul, where thou dost dwell, the picture of Christ crucified, and tell whether that countenance can thee affright. Tears in his eyes quench the amazing light, blood fills his frowns, which from his pierced head fell. And can that tongue adjudge thee into hell, which prayed forgiveness for his foes' fierce spite? No, no, but as in my idolatry I said to all my profane mistresses, beauty of pity, foulness only is a sign of rigour. So I say to thee, to wicked spirits are horrid shapes assigned. This beauteous form assures a piteous mind. Well, John Donne, I think, was very, very concerned about life and afterlife, and he was a very religious sort of man. He wrote some very fine poetry, I think. And T.S. Eliot also was almost obsessed with time and death and what had been and what might have been. And here's a bit from his 4 quartets, which was very much on the theme of time past and time present. Here is an extract. What might have been and what has been point to one end, which is always present. Footfalls echo in the memory, down the passage which we did not take, towards the door we never opened, into the rose garden. My words echo thus in your mind, but to what purpose? Disturbing the dust on a bowl of rose leaves, I do not know. Other echoes inhabit the garden. Shall we follow? I think that's very nice. Footfalls echo in the memory, down the passage we did not take, towards the door we never opened, into the rose garden. Lovely imagery, I think. Today I ask tolerance in myself for the shortcomings or insensitivities of others, so that I can love the good qualities that they have as well. Thanks for listening.